Hi, this is Mark with a midweek update. I'm going to show you a couple of winning trades from Sunday's analysis and how I intend to manage one of them. In general, things are still slow. Bad price is still respecting major areas. This is the Euro USD weekly. This is a line I've had in place for months because it's previous support and resistance. And what did it do? It's bounced back off it again. So as I was explaining on Sunday, I'm trading at the moment from the edges. That was an area certainly to consider a trade. And the other thing here, I showed you we were on a daily trend line. And unless it broke, then you are leaving it alone as far as shorts go. I wasn't looking to take this, to be honest. I was looking for a pullback further up here for a potential short. But using a combination of support resistance and even the 1 hour to keep me out of a trade. Because on the 1 hour, things were looking bullish. Everything's going sideways. There's no reason here for me to short. So half the battle when you're trading is to avoid losing trades. Similarly, the Swiss is going nowhere, and as you know, as the Swissy goes up, the Euro goes down, and vice versa. Now, on Sunday, I said I would take the Aussie dollar yen if it broke 8,300. I'm out of this now, but you had a number of options here for the entry. And from an entry point of view, this was a brilliant textbook M2 breakout pullback. So on Friday, we had broken this 200 EMA finally and closed below. Monday morning, it comes back up, touches the 200 EMA almost to the pip, and it was 170 pips at its peak. Now, on the 1 hour, it started to braid and get messy, so I am now out of this trade. I am still in an Aussie dollar short, and to be honest, don't feel overly confident about this at the moment, but no reason to close it. And the reason I got into this again was shorter time frames. On the daily, the same as the Aussie dollar yen, we had broken a major area of previous support and resistance, namely the 200 EMA. We are sat now on support and resistance, so it's not moving. 7,500 is key, and I got into this one as well because of the 1 hour strategy. Now, as it is with this 1 hour strategy now, it's now looking messy. All the lines are horizontal and flat, and therefore I wouldn't enter now, and I'm probably going to move my stop down here above yesterday's high to half my risk. In fact, let's do that now. And then the best one for me this week was the CAD, and I showed you the other week about using multiple setups for confirmation and ideas for trades. This is the CAD, and on a weekly we'd hit a resistance area. You wouldn't have taken this from weekly because there was not enough going on. We're still hoping for a head and shoulders pattern to break here, but I am in this trade, and I got in this trade for a number of reasons. The first reason was that oil was moving higher and higher, and as you know, if oil gets stronger, the Canadian dollar gets stronger, and therefore the USD CAD falls, and both Brent and crude were on the way up. Now, I am going to take some of this CAD trade off, and the reason is that oil is coming up to a major area. If you look to the left, this is major previous support and resistance, and also later today there is major CAD news. Now, nobody's expecting the Bank of Canada to raise interest rates. If they do, then the CAD will drop like a stone. But there has been a lot of positive news of late coming out of Canada, and also the oil price situation helps. So if they start to make a more positive note in their statement, then that could also move the CAD. Now the problem is that you are guessing, and if you were to leave the full amount of the trade running, and in view of the fact that oil is now topping at recent highs, etc., it would be too risky. So the best way to do this is to take some profit off. And just to show you how and why I got in here, this was a break of a low, and 3,400 was the major area as well. It's a huge psychological level, and you look to the left, it has been previous major support and resistance. So I got in, actually, it broken down here, and I took it as a mixture of things. I took it on a pullback from up here. My target is down here, which I've taken from the weekly. But at the time I was taking this trade, all the ducks lined up again for a short on here. Oil was playing its part as well, and that's why I'm currently in this trade. Now, because of the news coming up and the statement, then what I will do with this pair is a little later I will take part of the trade off, and I'll show you on the demo how to do this. I've done this before for you, but if you go to your terminal, open your open trades. This is the USD CAD, and at the moment we are in at a lot And what I want to do is I want to close, but I only want to close part of the order. And to do that, you go into your current volume area here and you type in what it is that you want to close. Now, I think that this could drop a lot, so I'm a bit more confident about the news. So I'm going to take half off, and then all you do is click close, and we'll do it here on the demo. Okay, I now have taken half the profit off the table. I have the stop beyond my entry point and can move that down a little further if I wish as the day progresses. But it's just one way of banking profits and then protecting yourself before major news announcements. Other than that, just keep your eye on these major areas. I showed you on Sunday the New Zealand dollar is sat on a major weekly trend line. So yes, you need some patience here, but this, if it closes below, you're then expecting this to make a big move next week. Euro pound, on Sunday I showed you intraday watch for an 8,500 long back up, and it's bounced off this 200 EMA again, or almost bounced off it, and 8,500. In truth, I missed this last night, but that would have been a good area for entry. It did it last week, if you recall. It moved 100 and odd pips, and therefore the risk reward ratio on this is good. You place your stop just below the 200 EMA, and you're looking for a target up here of around 90 pips for risking 20 odd pips. Now for this one, I'm going to wait until after the British news in an hour's time. Pounds coming back up to 125.00, but again, news and Brexit just makes it too messy for me at the moment. Euro yen's made a big move. Remember, we got in here originally, back up here. It did yesterday break through a major area as well, but once again, it's overextended for me, leaving it alone. This is at euro pound. We had all this mixed signals back here. We're not getting a signal to go long here as yet, but things are starting to look bullish. So that's it for now. If you're in anything Aussie dollar related, you have to be careful around their big news overnight in UK time. And the unknown quantity today, this morning, 11 AM London time, is the Trump. What is he going to say? Apparently he's going to be talking about foreign policy, and as he seems to be making up on the fly, then that could affect lots of things today. And so therefore be very careful. Don't enter trades around the time that Trump is speaking in a pre-recorded interview, I believe, with one of the major US channels. Okay, have a good rest of the week. If I don't see you before, enjoy your Easter holiday and spend some time with your family, because Friday, Monday are not days to trade. Catch you later.